God allowed events bring glory. John chapter 9 and verse 3. It was not because of his sins or his parents' sins, Jesus answered. This happened so the power of God could be seen in him. Jesus was walking along with his disciples and they saw a man born blind. Immediately the disciples asked him whose sin had led him to such a plight. Was it his parents' sin or his own? Jesus answered them that his blindness had nothing to do with his sin or his parents. It was for the glory of God. Does it resound familiar? How often we conclude when people struggle of sickness or dreadful diseases. We attribute illness to sin, which might at times be true, but not always. How many of us have concluded when people died of COVID that it was their sinful living? How many times sickness such as cancer, mental illness, and autoimmune diseases are considered as curse and sin? It may not be true. One thing we need to know, people should have a reason to die, and it can be anything. John the Baptist had a gruesome death. Was it a sin? No way. He pointed to the sinful life of Herod and he was murdered for sharing the truth. Let us not come to quick conclusions based on assumptions. Some events are loved by God. The blind man suffered long for the glory of God to be revealed. You need to be honored since God considered to reveal his glory through you. It was indeed painful for the sufferer, but it ultimately led to the wisdom of God, first to the disciples who were getting trained, and eventually to people who knew the power of God, who were the blind man's acquaintances. God loved events bring glory. Amen.